So, hi everyone, welcome to TechMaestro once again, and thank you so much for joining in. This is our day 13, very close to our first milestone. I hope all of you are excited about reaching that first milestone and getting the reward. Okay, let's see who all are there. Hi Pratik, hi Harsh, Ashish, Prashant, Sanjeev, Surbi, Subair, Arvind. Good to see you all. Hope you guys are doing fine. Good evening, good night. Uh, okay, not good night, good night after the session. So yeah, hope you guys are doing fine. Okay, so how many of you were? How did you find today's question? Was it easy? Was it hard? What's your take on the day 13 question? Hi Apurva. Hi Akash. Hi Amlan. Hi Sandeep. Good to see all of you. There are so many people here on the chat, whereas lesser number of live people. That's weird. Medium hard. Okay. Hi Nidhi. Okay, without any further delay, let's get started. And I hope you guys were able to solve the questions today. Let's get started. Hi, sir, back. Hi, Smile. Good to see you back. I see few of the new names as well, so it's good to always see the few names, new names. So, one thing quickly before I start. So, since no a lot of people don't reach till the end of the session, so if you're watching it for the first time, or doesn't matter if you're watching it for the first time or second time or nth time, do subscribe to the channel. Click on the subscribe button, click on that bell icon so that you get notification every single time we do this live session, because we are doing this every day. So it will be useful for you if you subscribe and click on the bell icon, because you'll get notification right away and you don't even have to wait for a Discord message, or you'll be notified very easily. So yeah. Hi Nidhi, good to see you here. Good to see you're here for the first time. And let's see, like, let's get started, and at the end I'll take questions for people. Before getting started, I'll just cover one thing from Harsh. I have done the question, have POC, but not getting output in any of them. Uh, POC is proof of concept, I hope, but I'm not sure. Probably we can connect after the call, or probably you can post your solution code in the group. And since our community is very active, so some or the other person will definitely help you. Hi Kartike. Okay, let's get started. So day 13. So the first question that we have today is longest repeating character replacement. So what is longest repeating character replacement? So the question is, you have been given a string s and an integer k. Uh, what you need to do is you need to basically form a longest substring which contains same letter. Like, every letter in that substring should be same, and you can replace at most k times. So for example, here a b, you can replace up to two times. Now what will be the longest answer? A b, you can replace b with a or a with b. In both the cases, the answer will be 4. So the substring will be a, because you can replace 2b with 2a's. So, and one more thing is, you can replace any character with anything. That's the choice that you have. And the second point of observation is, you can replace up to k. It is not exact k or less than k. Sorry, less than equal to k is what you can do. So this is the question. So how many of you were able to solve the question, and what was the time complexity of the solution that you were able to solve? That's good. Pratik solved it in OFN, and Akash also solved this in OFN. Who else? Like anyone else? Okay, Himanshu, your question. Can you come up with this question at the last? Because this is a very common questions that get asked almost every single day, but I'll still cover it. But let's do it at the last, so that people who are here for the solution can at least share or understand the question, can understand the solution, and then we can discuss problems at the last. Sanjeev, Amal, Amlan, sorry, Jyoti Prakash, everybody did it in ON. Sandeep could not do it. That's okay. So let's see. So, first observation or first question that should always come to your mind is okay, in this case, AB both are equal, but in any other case, it may not be the, or in any other test case, it may not be the same, right? So, which element should be replaced? How do you figure out which element should not be replaced? Sorry, what is that element which should not be replaced? How do you figure that out, or what is your take on that? Any idea, guys? Come on. That's correct, Sandeep. So the answer to this solution is obviously the element which is present the maximum number of times should not be replaced, because that will be the best possibility for me. So can I say the element with maximum count in a window should not be replaced, and all other elements should be replaced by this element or this particular character, right? So now, how do we know what is which element has the maximum count, and how do I keep track of it? So basically, what we do is we start from first index, since this is already we are discussing about two pointer. So we start from first pointer. We keep increasing the window size, the sliding window size, until and unless we reach up to k replacement count. How do I keep track of k replacement? I keep track of the element count of elements, and I'll share that in the next slide, and it will be much more intuitive. So all I do is I keep iterating over the element. I keep iterating over the element, over the array of the element of the array, and I keep incrementing the replaced count, and as soon as we reach that count to k, we start decrementing this start of the window, and we reduce the size of the window. Typical sliding window technique, right? Now let's see how do we keep track of it. Okay. So how do we keep track of everything that we discussed so far? Now if you see in the code as well, so what we are doing is we are keeping a count array. That count array is one space or 26 space, just 26, because the question states it only contains English characters. So from start till end, basically at every index, every time I iterate, I increase the count of that particular element in my array, and I always check the maximum count as well. So max count equals to current max, or if this new element has become max, then I will increase that. Now see, this is one thing, and secondly, end my so let's try to understand this equation: end minus start plus 1 minus max count. So end minus start plus 1, what does it represent? It represents the number of elements that are there in the current sliding window, and I reduce it with the maximum count. Why? Because this maximum count is something that I will never replace. So how many replacements are there? Total count minus maximum count. Maximum count is the count that I will not replace, and total count is the total array. So how many will I replace? Total minus max, right? If that exceed k, if that exceed k, basically it means I am replacing more than k. So I need to reduce the window size. I need to reduce the window size, and that's all I am doing. When I do that, I reduce the count and I increase start. I increase start. So basically reducing the window size, right? Is that clear? Like that's all we need to do. We increase the window. We increase the window till the time we can. We increase the window till the time we can, and as soon as we reach that threshold, we start decreasing the window. So this is a common logic that you will use everywhere in any sliding window technique question. Any doubt on that, guys? Anyone who has any doubt on this? Okay, so what is the time complexity of the solution, guys? And I want everyone to answer, especially the new people as well. So, hi Lakshay. Lakshay is the new person. Smile, you, Sandeep, and although I'm not taking the new names all the time, Kartike, Nidhi, you should answer what is the time complexity of this solution. Please do a dry run. Okay, we will do that. That's correct. So, correct, Pratik and Sandeep and Akash, Apurva, correct. The time complexity of this solution is n. Himanshu, why is this n square? Think about it again and share like why do you think it is n square? Okay, so let's do a dry run. Let's do it on ABAB. The same. Let's do it on ABAB. Now the only let's let's assume we have ABAB. I don't have any marker or a digital pen right now, but I'll try to do it here. So end is zero. My okay, just give me a sec. Let me do one thing. I hope this is still clear to you guys, and I'll try to do it here. Okay, so now let's do a dry run or ABAB. My end is zero. Then sorry, yeah. Then my start is zero. I'll just start writing here because max count is also zero, right? And max length is also zero right now. Max length is also zero. Now I start from first index. What is my max count? Zero or uh, count of zero, which is one. What will be my max count? One will become my max count, and end minus start plus one minus max. Uh, what is end? End is one. Sorry, zero. Start is zero. One minus max is one. Zero is greater than k. No, it is not greater. So what will be my? I'll go to this max length. Max length is equals to max length or number of elements. This will also become one. I increment my end. In end become one. Now I am at B. I am at B, so count of B also becomes 1. So max count still remain 1. Now n minus start plus 1 is 2, minus 1 is 1, which is greater than k, which is k is equals to 2. Let me write that down as well. K equals to 2. Is it greater than k? No, it is not greater than k. So I go here. What is my max length? Max, comma, 2. My max again becomes 2. Okay, my end becomes 2. I go to this index. I increase the increment the count of this a to 2. My max count becomes 2. And since my max count is 2, so end minus start plus 1. 3 minus 2, it's still 1. And this makes sense as well. In this string, I'm only replacing b with a, right? So I don't go in this loop. I go here, my max length becomes 3. I go back, my end becomes 3, b, 2, 2. This becomes 4 minus 2 is 2. Is it greater? No, it's still not greater. It's equal. So we are allowed up to equal. So what will be the answer? 4. I go back and so I my end become 4. I break out of loop and return 4. Is that clear, everyone? Anyone who has doubt? uh okay guys, one thing, uh the inner should always be while, because what happens in this case, if will work, because you are going one by one, and you will end up reducing the size by one every time. But in the next question itself, you will see while is always better. So because you may have to, when you have, let's say for example, in the next question we'll have to count unique elements. In that case you will end up using while, because unique, you may be repeating the same element again and again. So it is necessary to use while, and it's always advised to use while. If is useful in this, but not always. uh Subair, what is your confusion? I hope i hope Himanshu, this is clear to you now. Two loops need not necessarily mean that this is a O n square solution, because if you see, the first loop is going from I to j. The second loop is not iterating over every element again and again. All we are doing is, at max we are iterating on one element twice, which is, first is forward loop and second is the first is the forward loop and second is this backward loop. That's it. We are never going on this again and again. So this is a better way of calculating time complexity. Don't look at inner and outer loops. Just look at how many times do you have to go to same element. If it is repeating again and again for every I, that's when you know, okay, this is more than n, or n square, or n cube, or something. So is it clear, everyone? Can Shall we move on to the next question? Okay. I'll move to the second question, and this question is subarray with k different integers. So we have been given an array of integers, and we have to find all the subarrays which has exactly k different integers, exactly k unique elements in the array. For example, the example given in the screen here is 1 2 1 2 3. Now k equals to 2. So there are seven different subarrays, and you can see 1 2 2 1 1 2 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. So the catch here is, you have to find exactly k different elements. And I think okay, I'll repeat this one more time for Pratik and Sandeep. Now the question is, you have to basically find all the sub arrays. Sub array, I hope you know what sub array is, so by now. So sub array, we have to find all the sub array that contains exactly k unique और different elements. Unique elements का मतलब है कि एक दो बार वन आएगा तो उसको वन ही काउंट करना है. Number of elements, number of different elements should be exactly k, and k is also given. So this is the question. I think the biggest challenge here is finding out exact wala part. At most is still easier, and we'll see how. So the brute force is basically go through each subarray and count unique number of elements. So for I equals to j, I equals to 0 to 1, j equals to, sorry, I equals to 0 to n, j equals to I plus 1 to n. For k equals I to j, count number of elements, and if it is equal to x or k, we do it. What is the time complexity of the solution? What is the time complexity of the brute force solution, guys? So this current is n cube, but yes, most of you already answered n square, which is a bit of a optimized brute force that we can calculate the number of unique elements on the go. So I since I'll be going from I0, j equals I plus 1 till n, I can add that element, and every time I add, I just figure out number of unique elements and do that. So yes, we can do it in n square as well. So it's a bit of a optimized brute force, but it's still a brute force. Now let's see how do we do this. So first question, can you solve this question you with at most k uniques? uh, is it easier when we have to do in at most k uniques? So how can you solve it for at most k? I think this is a standard sliding window question, because we start from this point and we yeah we start from this point and we keep incrementing one by one until the time we reach k elements, and as soon as we reach k elements we start decreasing from the start, and we start if we only reduce the number of elements in the map, and if that number reaches 0, we remove the element, and the size of the map tells me number of unique elements in the map. So is this part clear, like how do you calculate at most k unique? Because this is very important. So is it clear? Quick yes and no, guys. How do you calculate at most k? Because in the next slide, when you see this, if it is clear in the next slide, it will be much easier for you to understand. Awesome. So Sandeep has already given us answer, but it's kind of like we need the values are different. So to achieve exactly k, what I can do is I can do at most k minus at most k minus 1. At most k का मतलब क्या है कि मैं 0 से k एलिमेंट्स ला सकता हूँ, राइट? 0 से k एलिमेंट्स ला सकता हूँ. नाउ if I reduce 0 से k minus 1, 0 to k minus 1, all possibility of 0 to k minus 1, it means all I am left with is exactly k elements, right? Pratik, exactly k will come to exactly k now. We were talking about at most k so far. So exactly k is at most k minus at most k minus 1. So the difference between these two. So at most k का मतलब क्या है? We can have any number of elements between 0 to k. That is at most k. And at most k minus 1 क्या है? I can have any number of elements from 0 to k minus 1. Now if I reduce at most k में से at most k minus 1, it means I have reduced all the possibilities of 0 to k minus 1. इसका मतलब क्या बचा? Exact k बचा मेरे पास. Is that clear? Like, any doubt on that before we move to the code? And in the code, it will be clear like how can you calculate the at most k wala part as well. Guys, quick yes no. Okay. Uh, so let's see the code now. Basically, what I've done is, or what I've this is not my code to be honest, but the previous one was. So here, what we do is we return at most k minus at most k minus 1. That's it. Right now, let's see how can you calculate at most k. What we need is count map. What is this map? It counts the number of times this element has come. Why? Because one element can be repeated multiple times. So same thing that we did so far. If we basically we go in the map, we increase the count, And so if in the first line, if you see, if count dot get dot default is 0, it इसका मतलब क्या है, this element is coming for the first time. It could have also have been like count dot contains aj. So if that is the case, k minus minus, k minus minus basically represent I am reducing it. As soon as this reaches minus negative value, it means I have crossed k limit, right? So the first step is that. Second step is basically k dot put get dot default plus 1. So I am incrementing the value of that count in my map, because I have visited that element. I have to increment the value in that case. Now if my k is negative, it means I have exceeded number of more than k elements. All I do is start from 0, start and uh, keep reducing I. Oh sorry, keep incrementing I. So this is my window size. I start shrinking this window, and in this case you will need while. You cannot do it with if statement, because what can happen is 1 1 1 1 1 सारे 1 इकट्ठे एक साथ हो सकते हैं स्टार्टिंग में. 2 2 1 2 3. In this case you need to reduce all the ones, so you have to go while loop, right? So what you do is you start shrinking your window from the beginning and start reducing the count, and as soon as your count reaches 0, you increment k, right? Or you remove that element from the map, and the window has lesser number of unique elements now. That's all you do, and every time this happens, you basically increase the result, because you have to return the number of good subarrays, which is number of subarrays with exact k. That's all you do. uh, is it clear, everyone? Is this part clear, the code clear, and everything clear? And what is the time complexity of this solution? Do share that as well. Is there anyone who does not understand it? Because this is the last question for the day, and now we'll be going to the, I think, most interesting part for last few days, the Q&A, because a lot of you are able to solve the question, which is I am actually very happy about. Himanshu, yes, it is of n, just like last time, because in this j loop I am going from 0 to n. In my inner loop, all I'm doing is, so my this is my j, right? This is my j increasing. Now all I'm doing in the inner loop is just at max I'm going till this point. Till this point, if I reach this point, my k will always become equals to the actual value, or number of elements, unique elements, will become 0, right? So this is why it is important at max. So first what I'm doing is, first I'm increasing the window and then decreasing. So at max any element is visited twice, so actually it is of 2n, but which is also equals to of n. Okay, that's good, guys. Now, like I said, let's go to the most interesting part, or part that a lot of you actually join for. So the Q&A. Okay, I think there was one question from Himanshu or someone, and this is the most common question that get asked here. Sir, I am not able to solve question myself. I refer solution from discussion every time. Should I continue with this challenge, or should I go and learn DSA first and then come back? Okay. So, first of all, Himanshu, again, I'll say this one more time is, first, yes, it is important to build your basics. And this is what this course is about, building your basics. So, what may happen is like in next few weeks as well, you may not be able to solve questions. But what should happen is all the questions that we have done, you should be able to solve them after a week or a month as well. That should always happen, and anything that is building on top of that, you should be able to solve that. So uh, this is what you need to do. Okay, so every time we discuss a question, Every time a question is there, you need to understand the logic and the basic theory behind it. First of all, like for example, sliding window is not a very big topic. So do you understand sliding window? If you understand sliding window, that's the only time you will be able to solve any sliding window concept or question. So you need to focus on the theory part first. Let's say from tomorrow onwards we're talking about binary search. So you need to know what binary search is, how binary search work. So you need to definitely work on binary search. कल का दिन होगा, focus on binary search, learn binary search, understand the intricacies of binary search, understand how do you update binary search, like all the different version of binary search. And if that, if you are good in that and then you're not able to solve the question, that's what the problem is. But if you're doing it for the first time, it will take time, it will at least take more than 5 6 weeks. And uh, and that then also it may happen that you're not able to solve the question. But you should not be demotivated with that. One thing I'll say is, if you go back and think of learning DSA first, what will happen is you'll end up in a situation where you think you'll learn DSA, but you'll end up not learning that and not doing this contest as well. So this is my take, and this is something that I have seen as well. This will lead to procrastination. At least if you are doing something, even when you are seeing the solution, it's better than not doing anything. But if you think you can utilize your time better, you can actually go and learn DSA first as well. But again, this is what I'll say. And whenever you see a solution, keep that question in your to do list. Start solving the questions from your revisit to do list as well. That's when you'll start growing. Okay, this still feels difficult in implementation. What to do? So yeah, coding wala part is something that I'll say, like if it is difficult, try to code it yourself, and then uh, try to write an article about it. Like lead code pay, you have this platform, lead code, amazing platform. Write article ki why did you do this? Try to explain that in a very simple terms, so that anyone, like, try to explain it in a fashion that a fifth class student or someone who is very new in coding can also understand. So if you start doing that after 15 20 or maybe like 30 40 articles, you yourself will have much better understanding of coding part. So if you are good at problem solving and not practicing enough, you need to practice more and you need to code more. That's it. Okay, Apurva says, I code in Java. Do I need to learn C, C++ concept also for internship perspective? I don't think so. I never, or I should not say never. In college, I did a bit of a C, C++, but I was not good at coding at all at that time. But uh, after that, I've never coded in any interview in C, C++. So I don't think you need to. Just get better at Java. In fact, it will give a bit of an edge in a few cases, is what I've seen. Okay, I'm not able to build code generally with POC, but I think this is the same question. Like it is about coding. So if it is coding, again, practice more, and that's what you can do. Can you tell me how to do daily submissions? So this contest is about daily submissions. And one more thing, I am going to basically share one video. I recorded this at least at least 3.5 months back, or maybe 2.5 months back, when I was back in India. I finally got it edited and removed all the unnecessary noise that was there in the video. I'll probably upload it tomorrow or day after tomorrow. You can check that out, and it's all about how do you build coding habits. How can you utilize basic psychological techniques, basic human mind techniques that to build or get better at coding. So try it. I'll upload that and I'll share it in the Discord channel as well. Do check that out, and it's going to be it's actually good in my opinion. But yes, you will be the judge of it. Sir, I get stuck in fourth question of lead code contest. What should I do? I think, to be honest, Himanshu, out of 18, 20 contests that I have given, I think I've solved fourth question in two, three contests only. Most of the time, it's not even required. No company is going to ask you that difficult level of question. So if you are able to solve first three questions within 35, 40, 45 minutes, you are in a very, very good situation. This is what used to happen with me. I used to solve first three questions within, I think, 35 minutes at max, sometimes 40 minutes, and then most of the time just give up and not do any anymore, uh, unless and until I really wanted to do that question. But just in case you want to get better in you want to get better ranks and all, I think the advice on that is like you'll have to learn advanced techniques, especially get better at DP. A lot of time that question is from DP, and a lot of time that questions are from either segment tree or graph algorithms and all. So try to build your basics and try to do more questions in that, and you'll be in a much better state. But before that, my piece of advice will be, or 2 cents will be, focus on first three questions, try to do them in 30 35 minutes, and then focus on fourth question, because from interview perspective, it's not going to make a very big of a difference as much as bringing first three question time in 35 minutes. In fact, in if you do that, your rank would also be much better. Karthik is saying, I'm new to this challenge. Can I join from tomorrow? Yes, you can. So, my advice, like tomorrow, we are starting a new topic. So, definitely you should try to join from tomorrow onwards. The only drawback will be you'll be missing the first milestone rewards. But if you are in for learning, so obviously it's good. But they aren't focusing on coding round, which happens before the. What round happens before coding interviews? Coding round. Are you talking about online assessment? If that is the case, like that is equal to interview preparation, coding round most of the time. But okay, I think you have asked that question itself. Would interview preparation be sufficient for coding round as well, or should I do it to do? Uh, it should be enough in most of the cases, but a lot of time what happens is the questions are really difficult in online assessment, especially if you are giving Infosys in interview as compared to Google's interview. So in that case, like I would say, if you want to invest your time in competitive programming, do that. There is no, it is very fun, to be honest. But if you find like it is not your cup of tea, I will say just focus on the basics of DSA and all, and start learning some really good projects. Start building some really good projects. Start learning some cool technologies. Start building actual real world problems or like projects, and start deploying them. Start giving them in the hands of customers, and you will learn a lot in that aspects as well. So that's all you can do. So and I think if you get better at coding in general, like if you are able to solve lead code contest, three questions, you are in a good state in terms of online assessment as well. A lot of time, but not always in that case. So, Subair, yes, you can continue without the first milestone, but it's so one thing that I want to clear for you and everyone else is like if you don't complete first milestone, the reward that will go away is the fifth milestone reward, because that is the biggest reward, right? Fifth milestone reward is basically if you are able to complete all five, you get this. If you are able to complete 4, you get the fourth milestone reward. If you are able to complete 3, you get third milestone reward. If you are able to complete 2, you get second milestone reward. If you are able to complete 1, you get first milestone reward. So you can complete it and you still can achieve 4 more milestones, so that would be easy. Because if you are starting now, it is almost impossible to cover everything in next 2 3 days. Mern is a very good stack in my opinion, and I think you should be able to, like, you can continue it. I have seen a lot of startups using Mern stack, so there is no bad point in using Mern stack. So Imran, there is nothing to do to join this course slash challenge. So what I'll advise is just go and check out the introductory video. There are 2 videos. Check that out. It contains all the information regarding this challenge. How do you participate? Where do you participate? How do you get the questions? And how do you fill the form and all? And once you have that, you will be in much better. You'll have much better clarity. And if you still have doubt, we have a Discord community. Join that, and you can actually uh, then basically ask questions, interact with others, and you'll be able to do it or clarify your answer yourself. So yeah, we have to complete all the questions. Yes, that is the case. You have to complete all before that. In fact, I'll start pushing. I have maintained a kind of a what is that called, leaderboard myself. There are a couple of names. I have not seen a lot of them. A few of them not are not in the generally don't join this live session. But yeah, like for example, Akash solves almost every single day. I've not seen him miss any question. Ritesh is the second person I know who join almost every single day. So and Sandeep is there. So obviously these people are will be in the top of the list. And one good thing is, like, one announcement or kind of good thing is, where we'll be starting a new mentoring batch sometime soon. The last one was a really successful one. Even in within first 1 month, we were able to place 8 out of 30 people. And rest of them, since they are student, and a lot of them are generally like have exams or something for last 1.5 months. That most of the time is going because of assignment and exam and offline shifting all that. And this new challenge has come. So but overall it is going good. Every other day or once a week, we are able to place a new person. So definitely this is a worth joining program. So if you're able to solve all 5, you will be getting that 5 days of sorry, five one-on-one mentoring. Himanshu, again, that will happen. So once you solve the question, you have to fill the progress form, and that progress form is available in the Discord, or I think it is also available in the description of this video. Let me check. Not, it's not there. So I'll add it in the description of this video as well. So you'll be able to check that out. So it is by so far. What I'll suggest is, like, by in the meantime, just go check the Discord community. If you're not able to find it, ask someone. Someone will help you out there. So I'm doing question myself, but most some of my friends were simply copy pasting them from discussion after heavy modification in variable name. But TechMaestro team okay. Okay. So one thing that I'll say is, first and foremost, Okay, you will get a resume review, you will get a mock interview, you will get everything. First of all, for one-on-one mentorship, it's not going to be ठीक है हाँ you will get it as is. Let's say कि we what we will do is we'll just check out and uh, we are not able to distinguish. I obviously will be running a software, will be running a uh, plagiarism check software, not gonna do everything manually unless and until it's manageable, which is manageable because there are not a lot of submission every single day in the progress form. But let's say we miss few. What? How is it going to be harmful for me or the team? At max, what will happen is we'll be able to send you a T-shirt or whatever goodie that we decide to give, or we'll give you a resume review, mock interview. We are anyways giving everything free of cost. To most of the people so far. Again, this can change because a lot of you are taking unnecessary advantage of it, and so we need to make sure we have good checks and balances in place. So you are not going to learn yourself. So this is the biggest loser will be the person who is copy pasting, and at max they will get few rewards, but they're not going to get the learning. And this is something that I truly believe in, and this is something I honestly think. And it's okay, like if that person is able to do it in once a while, but believe me, in the long run, it's not going to be a successful thing. It's not going to be a successful venture. So yeah, guys, it is mandatory to fill the form, because that is the only way I can go and check your progress. That is the only way I can see how many of you are doing it, because tracking Discord messages is impossible for me. So this is the only thing I do is I go every day after this discussion, or whenever I wake up, I go and check how many people have submitted yesterday's uh, questions or progress form. So it is mandatory to fill the progress form, because that is the only way or easiest way for me to go about it. And I also check your GitHub repository, just to see if you did not just accidentally or blankly followed or filled the form. Okay, guys, I'll take question for next 9 more minutes, and then I have my own one more meeting at work. So yeah. Okay, Aditya is saying data engineering versus data science versus full stack development for people having 5 year gaps after UPSC preparation in terms of Java job salary growth. Thank you. Okay, so first of all, I have seen people coming back to software industry after gap because of specifically because of UPSC. I know few of you very good friends as well who have done that. Now about data engineering, data science, full stack development, I think there are ample of opportunities of for both job and growth in all these things. Salary, it is somewhat similar, but obviously SDs have I've seen SDs have much higher salaries as compared to data scientists, not scientists, data engineers and data. I think data sciences, yes, data scientists. Data scientists may have similar salaries, but I've seen data so far in top companies. SDs generally have edge on salary part, but growth jobs, I think they are at par. You don't, if it's all about your interest. So if you want to go into data sciences, go into data sciences or engineering. If you want to go into software engineering, go into software engineering. There are ample of jobs and there are ample of growth opportunities in all. So yeah, it is what, if it's up to you what you find interesting. Service rocket, no, Rishi, I have not heard of it. Let me just Google it right away. Nope, I have not heard of it, so I have no idea about it as well. Yes, you have to fill the progress form every single day, not the registration form. only the progress form. Guys, make sure that you fill the progress form, not the registration form. Yeah, that's what I'll say. Registration form is only for the first time, progress form is for every single time. Okay. Can we report when milestone? No, the milestone reports or completion will come from us, either me or someone from the team. We'll send you an email or we'll send you a message on Discord. I'll send you a list of people who completed milestone, and it will happen on the 16th day, or maybe like we may take 1 or 2 extra days to calculate. When is 15th day? Today is this. So okay, we'll communicate that by end of this week, which is 10th. Saturday, Sunday over weekend, I'll probably evaluate and see. Although I know at least 12, 13 names who are already there and doing it. So yeah. Okay, so this is interesting. Chan is saying I don't know what we are talking about. So my first suggestion is go and check out the introduction video. That's how you will know. This is a daily live session that we do for to discuss the problem statements of the day. So check out the daily live introductory video, first two videos, and you will be able to make more sense of it. So Pratik, see, the point is you have to code it yourself. I never give code. I started showing code to just to give a sense of what production ready code means. You cannot copy paste everything from there. You have to get inspiration from the observations and then use that for your own coding. You cannot just copy paste everything. So that will not come under plagiarism. If you are copy pasting, that is plagiarism. So that's it. Ashish, my advice to you in this case is like this, and I think let me read this question before we do anything. Uh, I think this is common for a lot of people. In early stage, I forgot to fill 4 5 days. So my advice to you is like, obviously, it's very hard for me to tell every single person who filled it and who did not fill it. My advice to you is go and fill that form again. I'll anyways have my filters and I anyways have my formulas running on that Excel sheet that will do it. So if you are confused, if you filled it for first 5 days, filled it for the first week, and I'll just give some leeway for the first 4 5 days, not for every day after that. So yeah, just go and fill that form, and you'll be again you will be at least confirmed. So is it possible to get one on one if you're not able? Uh, I as of now it's not possible, but in exceptional cases maybe we'll see. We can make some exceptions, but the chances that you'll get one on one internship is only after completing first all the five. But obviously there can be exceptions, but there is no such plan as such. I meant entering into full stack development worth it at age 28. Do they offer high salary with little experience? So salary is not dependent on age. It doesn't matter if you are 10, 20, or 40, 28, 50. Doesn't matter. Your salary is not going to depend on your age. It is going to depend on your experience, on your knowledge, on your capabilities, not how old are you. So again, just build your skills. Right now you're 28. It will not matter a lot after uh, 10 years, because after that it starts to stagnate. It starts to basically get or you can say the peak hits in 10, 12 years, and that's when it doesn't grow as fast as first few 5 years. So again, just focus on learning, just focus on getting better at stuff, and start doing things instead of just procrastinating, and you will be in a much better stage. Himanshu, just ping it on Discord, and it will be there. And as a first step, I'll do one thing. I'll share my sorry, the progress form in the description of this video after this is and after we end this. So you need to give me time to basically end this discussion before I can share it. So I will update all the previous description, so you can go in any description of any day video and you will be able to find it. Okay, now I'll take last this these two questions from Siddhant and Manisha, and that's it. So if you are starting now, you have to fill the progress form. That's it. When the time you complete your day one, f- uh, the day you complete, my mention that in the progress form and complete it. That's it. Doesn't matter when you start. You have to basically fill the progress form on the day of the day that you completed, on the day that you completed this day. That's it. So Manisha, like I said, do it now, and then you'll be able to do it. Okay. What did you miss? You missed entire array and two pointers. Do you want to know about? You want to know about what this competition is, what this challenge is? Go and check the introduction video. And if you want to start now, you can start from today. And all you missed is like milestone one. So now onwards, you'll be in a much better stage. So yes. Okay, it is present in the day two video playlist. Sorry, day two video of this playlist. And secondly, like I said, I'll update every single description as well. So don't worry about it. Don't stress about it. I'll do it in just after this call. And I've shared that on Discord as well, so it should be easier. Okay, I think that's about it. We are all already crossing somewhere around 1 hour for this discussion. Guys, thank you so much for joining in. If you have any question, just post it in Discord or just comment down below. I'll try to answer as much as possible. If you like the video, if you're watching it for the first time, or if you are watching this recorded, do subscribe to the channel so that you get to know about this channel. Sorry, this challenge, and there are a lot of things that I put on these days in this channel. So subscribe, click on the bell icon, and you'll be able to you will be able to grow with all of us. So that's about it, and thank you, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.